very shortly. However, we will begin with our guests from Lone Star Cell MTN shortly. They are the Momo heroes of change. They're here to talk about this entire initiative. But we have somebody from Lone Star Cell MTN who will just lay the basis and give us an overview of this whole Momo Heroes of Change. Ms. Nola Enna Enders is the brand and media coordinator at Lone Star Cell MTN. So we'll begin with her. Good morning and welcome. Just give us an overview of this, then we'll go to the heroes themselves.
Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. So I'm Nola Erna Enders. I'm the brand and media coordinator at Lone Star Cell MTN. So basically, Momo Heroes of Change is a corporate social initiative that seeks to recognize, celebrate, and reward heroes who are doing amazing work in their communities, in their areas, in their spaces. So this year, actually, we piloted Momo Heroes of Change in 2023 last year, and based on the success and based on the feedback we got, we decided to continue this initiative. So this year, the Heroes of Change was launched on May 15th. So this has been a very tedious process for us to get to these 5 finalists that are in studio today. We launched the campaign. We asked the public to nominate heroes in their communities, people that are doing amazing things in education, local tech solutions, women empowerment, agriculture. So there are lots of fields I think people are doing great work in. So the public nominated their heroes. Those heroes were vetted and by our governing council and our judges. We have Madam Lehman Bowie, we have James Cowan, we have Diodon Perry, Mr. Elias Shonihan, Madam Robert Horton, the president of Cottington University. So these people vetted our nominees, and then we released them to the public for voting. So we released the first 30 persons, and then after that went to top 10, and now we're at top 5. So these are the 5 finalists for Momo Heroes of Change this year, and we are extremely proud of all the people that are nominated. As much as we have our finalists here today, they'll be telling you more about the work they're doing and asking you to support them. I mean, sometimes it's not more about the money, it's more about the, celebration of what they're doing and recognition of the work that they're doing in the communities. So today, before we reach the final, which is on this Saturday, at the ministerial complex, we thought it would be wise for you to hear from them directly and not from us Lone Star being in at the forefront telling you what work they're doing. So you can hear from them directly about the work they're doing, the impact they're making, and their change maker stories.
Yeah, just before you go, you want to remind us about the prizes. There's a winner, first winner, second winner, and all that.
Yes, so this year we have the top 3 winners. Top 3 finalists, we like to say, because we don't think that anybody is a winner per se. They're all winners. They're all doing different things. So the top 3 finalists, the first person will walk away with $2 million Liberian dollars. The next is going with $1 million Liberian dollars, and then the second runner-up we have 500,000 Liberian dollars. So the top 30 will be awarded at the main event. We'll be giving certificates, and then we'll also be giving plaques in recognition that, okay, you were nominated this year. We see you, recognize you, and we celebrate you. Okay. And then also last year, what we did was we gave a little compensation to the top 30 nominees for at least being there and making it that far. So this year, that's something we're considering as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I will now go to the finalists themselves, just beginning with my right, and then I go around. You can just give the seat to the next finalist. Yeah.
I think I want to take a camera phone.
Yeah. Okay. So because of time, you just call your name, the work you do, the work you've been doing, how long you've been doing it, what you think you are a potential winner, and all that. I'll start with you.
And so let me say good morning to the listening audience. My name is Sajiraj David Brooks Jr. I am the founder and CEO of Youth Movement Liberia. It's Liberia Unrivaled Youth-led education NGO. And at Youth Movement Liberia, we are helping the government of Liberia, specifically in the education sector, by running innovative and focused schools and providing livelihood opportunities for young Liberians. So for the last 13 years, we have been working with the Ministry of Education, focusing around changing education narrative. First, they're managing couple of government schools under the Liberia Education Advancement Program, which is a public-private partnership initiative. Moreover, we provide comprehensive training to teachers in the area of classroom management, testing and evaluation, and also working along with the principal in terms of managing schools when it comes to school administration, school management, and so forth. Going beyond that, we are supporting the Ministry of Education in terms of the rollout of civic education in schools. For the last 2 decades, civic haven't been taught in Liberian schools. So we are targeting 386 public primary schools where we are teaching civic education, providing civic textbooks, the curriculum that are training the teachers. In the middle of this piece is where we work with the community in terms of the Parents Teachers Association, where we are training them on the roles and responsibilities. So all of our work that we do is in education, more like focusing this time around on alternative education, that is accelerated learning program, because 70% of our students are 2 years older than their class. So we are now working with the ministry developing a national curriculum for accelerated learning, how we can condense 6 years of primary education into 3 years. And so we hope that this year we can be piloting that. And to conclude, for my other contestants to come, we would like to talk about what we call budget advocacy, wherein the government can be able to allocate 20% of the national budget to education. We believe at Youth Movement that successful education reform have to do with policy design and that of political commitment. And so if we are to change the narrative of Liberia education system, we have to be more intentional on how we support education. When you look at the budget for education, specifically the Ministry of Education, 48 million plus, it doesn't say or it doesn't change the system to the way we want it. So if we can think about how we put 70 million, 85 million into the budget, that we can focus on programmatic intervention rather than a 48 million that you pay salary review current cost, there's nothing to show. And so these are some of the things that we do. But I'm sure that as we go along in this conversation, we'll talk about it.
We'll do another round and we'll wrap up. Yes, the next person.
Well, thank you. My name is James Pape Kwabo Jr. I'm the founder and I currently managing the alternative youth radio that is based in Zozo, Lofa County. For the past 24 years of my life has been in the rural community working with community radio stations, beginning as a child broadcaster, briefly at ELBC and moved back to Lofa County, where today we have Liberia's first youth radio station that is named as Star, the Alternative Youth Radio, coming from a shipping container to over 50,000 United States dollars media complex. Now we're building a school value around $200,000. And interestingly, one will wonder, how are you getting the resources from community support? There's no specific donor giving us cash. So you can just imagine that a young person will be able to rally community support from where he comes from so that they be able to bring a social change in the community. So what we are trying to do is the issue of resolving the issue of concentrating too many things in the urban area. So we're saying we need to create attraction in the rural community. So you have a lot of young people graduating from high school. The next thing they do, they go back to the butchers. We are saying let's create opportunities so that too many people don't have to leave from the rural area to come to the urban area. So we are saying that we're into this competition because we feel that a hero is somebody who will be selfless, and the fact that we will get a master and decide to stay our entire life in Lofa County, bringing social change, creating opportunities for a lot of young people, that is a semblance of a hero and a selflessness. So we're looking forward for the community support, and we're looking forward, we are into this to represent the community radio sector because these are challenging moments for us. And we are into this particular competition to represent the disadvantaged young people and especially the rural community sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next person.
Yes. Good morning. My name is Kokbo Denua, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Kawada Farms, Liberia. So my story started in 2013 when we were farming, and our thought was, how do we create cassava into fufu and tipa? And then 2015, 2017, we pivoted to a product called Power Gari. And Power Gari is a nutritious porridge that was made specifically for children that have more nutrition or that are also stunting. And my story in Liberia, it started during the Civil War. I was Civil War a child. I went to the States. I was 16 years old, and I was in the third grade. So, and I was able to graduate high school and complete mine college in a few years. And as a biochemist, worked for a lot of pharmaceutical companies and decided to come back to Liberia. Now, having told you that story, this is the reason why Power Gari was created. Because growing up as a student, as a child, I did not have access to nutritious food. So I could say I was probably stunted. And Kawada Farms actually want to give children of all ages the opportunity to have nutritious food produced locally. And what excites us and makes us very, very different is the fact that everything that we do is from the farm. So we work with a lot of women farmers that we provide agronomic support to. And these farmers, in turn, go in the field and produce very, very nice tubers that we will process into gari, and then we fortify with the micronutrients and call the product Power Gari. And what is also interesting about this female too is that the fact that the community that we are feeding in, these are the mothers of the students that we are feeding to as well. So as you see, we have a very sustainable process where the parents are processing the tubers, and then we are fortifying the gari, and then the students are feeding. So this is very exciting. We are actually in 8 of Liberia, 13 counties, and expanding. And Power Gari, again, is a quite interesting product. And also the support that we not just give support to farmers, we also give support to people in the distribution sector, people that are into the farming sector, people into the supply chain. So we're creating a lot of jobs and creating a lot of impacts across Liberia.
Okay. Yeah. Next.
Thank you very much. Good morning to Liberia. Good morning to the woman that is in the market, to that young girl who feels like she don't have a choice in a sustainable world to be able to make impact. My name is Faith Corey Smith, and I am one of the finalists for this year Momo Hero of Change. And growing up as a young girl, I grew up in Monrovia, but I've spent most of my life in rural part of Liberia. Seeing the abuse that I've gone through as a person, my mother, a single mother, and many other young women who has been deprived the right to be able to be a part of opportunities, deprived the right because they were born in a patriarchal society which limits their participation as women, feel like they should not go more, they should be cook. They should sit at home and take care of their husband and do a lot of things towards it domestically. Raising from that background, I saw the need as a young person being a victim of a violence, not just a victim, but also seeing a lot of young women in the community where I grew up from not being able to speak out because they were women, brought my passion and said, if I was able to go through it, I'm able to speak out. If my mother was not able to speak out, if that young girl who is listening to me right now is not able to speak out, then we can be able to create a platform where young women and girls can be able to be mentored and pushed into society so they can be equal with their male counterparts. Over the years, as a young lady, I've dedicated my life to empowering young women, not just empowering them, but building their capacity so that they can be able to speak out, participate in community election, be able to participate in their school election. As a result of my mentorship programs, we have been able to send young women out to different institutions to get job experience, which is very difficult for contemporary Liberia that we all are seeing today in Liberia. As part of what we do is the fact that women in Liberia, since the passage of the 2018 Land Rights Act, women access to land rights remain a challenge. Women involvement in customary land decision-making processes is also a huge challenge in rural parts of Liberia. So we've been able to create a platform where rural women in Liberia can be able to be a part of customary land decision-making processes, can be able to own land. Not because you are a woman, it means that you should not be deprived of your husband's property or you should not have rights to be able to claim your property. So we have been able to leverage these rural women in Liberia so that in Bon County, in Grangida, in Bon, Grangida, Mosoralo County, we've been able to tell them, women, you can be able to be a part of it. You can own land and you can be able to utilize the land that you own. In Mosoralo and mostly Toli district, we work with these young women, mentor them, put them into society, give them opportunity where they can be able to leverage the opportunity they have. We also teach them how to fix reusable parts. We just don't mentor them, but we allow them to be able to build sustainable livelihood where they can be able to sustain themselves. We know that the tariff price or sexual reproductive health and rights menstrual hygiene products is very high in Liberia. It's not accessible. A lot of women and young girls in rural parts of Liberia go through this process and using cloth and all kinds of things that leads to all kinds of sickness and diseases. So we train these young women to fix reusable parts where they can be able to sustain themselves. Together we are able to make a better Liberia, and I'm so happy to be there. So the women of Liberia and the girls of Liberia, we can make a change and we can do whatever we want to do. Once we believe that we can make a change, it is better. Let us not be deterred by our stories and the way that our mothers have been left behind. Let us make a change and see that a better Liberia, an equitable Liberia, where men and women are equally have access to opportunity and can be able to leverage it. Thank you very much.
Great, powerful. The last person then will do another round of question and answer than before.
Good morning. I'm Jairus Andrew Grease, and I'm the founder and CEO of UNO Liberia. And I'm so humbled to be here today. And I want to thank Lone Star for creating this platform to shine on those who are doing a little in their corner, but they are making impact. So at UNO Liberia, we are trying to reimagine education and also enhance employability among young people. So over the last 16 plus years, I have been dedicated to empowering young people. So we have three core programs. But the background of UNO was actually established after the Civil War. As you know, UNO is one of the oldest youth organizations in Liberia. So after the Civil War, we, being a veteran of the Civil War, and didn't have the opportunity, so I created UNO to provide opportunity for young people to integrate young people. Young people that are affected by the Civil War was impacted by the impact of the Civil War, how their mind could be disabused and reintegrated back into society. So that was the basic. But as we move on and the organization evolved, we currently now focus on 3 activities. So our intent is we are very intentional about our program. So we have our reimagining employability program, where we have entrepreneurship program. We train young people to in social business modeling, where we provide them the needed opportunities to create jobs for themselves. And currently we have a very huge number of young people that have a job experience or have their own startup in their communities. We also have we train high school young people into entrepreneurship, how they can be creative. So we introduced entrepreneurship in Liberian High School as being one of the first organizations to do that. And currently, the young people have used, because of the entrepreneurship program providing additional skills on thinking, on critical thinking and innovation. They have used, after high school, they use the skills and they go on to applying the skill to gain higher education. And currently we have about 200 plus young people out of the country. They are studying, doing their undergraduates at various universities across the world, including the US. Under that, we also have a partnership with one of the American biggest nonprofit, SheCamp. And I hear SheCamp in Liberia now. SheCamp provides scholarship to young people, young women, fully funded. Currently, we have 28 young girls that have been selected from Liberia. And they are in a U.S. study in some of the prestigious U.S. university. This month, 5 leaving to begin their study. Also, we use the agribusiness development, considering that Liberia transformations and economy can be enhanced if we invest in the agricultural process. And we, from the youth background, to see how we attract the entrepreneur, the agribusiness sector, the agriculture sector, we use entrepreneurship concept. So we add value to it, and currently we train young people into how they can establish agribusiness businesses. And currently we are partnering with institutions, and we are working across 5 counties of Liberia in the agribusiness sector, where we provide training to young people who are already having brilliant idea, but they do not know how to make these ideas realized. So these are some of the things we've done over the years, over the last 16 years, and our impact is across Liberia has impacted over 100,000 young people have been impacted currently in what we do.
Okay.
And basically, currently, finally, we are creating the first entrepreneurship space in Painesville currently. So if with the support of the Momo Hero become winner, this is how we're going to see how we leverage to complete this hub that will be able to create a co-working space, design thinking lab, and we'll be able to provide an enabling environment so that we can mentor more young people, so that young people can have access to these opportunities to unleash their full potential. So I'm very excited to be here this morning.
Great. Quite frankly, all of you here are potential winners. And anybody who will emerge winner, first winner, second and third will actually deserve it. But let me just go around again, measuring the impact that you've made in society and your chances of emerging as first winner. Just explain why you think you deserve to be, the first winner, and measure that with the impact you've made on society. I'll start with you, Brooks.
Yes, thanks, Vavli. And let me be honest to say that the late President Woodrow Awatobo said that the progress of any nation depends on the progress of its citizen. And education is the bedrock of all professions. Be a lawyer, the doctor, the engineer, they always sit in the classroom, whether formal or informal processes. So, and working in the education sector of Liberia, making the impact where teachers are being trained. If teachers are not being trained to deliver lessons to students, how do we expect to have the next president or the next senator or the next representative? So all of our activities, we believe that have impacted Liberia for over 13 years. We have worked with the Ministry of Education, where you are seeing a lot of results that are needed in terms of the national exam, having teachers in the classroom, having teachers being monitored. The test scores have changed for our primary schools and our national exam. Besides that, a lot of issues relating to work readiness opportunity for young people. We have provided a lot of opportunity for people to work, to gain work experience through our transformative inclusive internship opportunity program. Some of these people who have worked with us today, they are working with banks in Liberia, they are working with medical institutions and so forth. And development begins from the mind. Like I said today in Liberia, the issue of nationalism, patriotism, and accountability is a serious problem because people don't understand the issue of civic education, how we can support the government in terms of being responsible for our actions and those decisions that we take. So if we can start that in the classroom, where over 60,000 students this year are benefiting from what we're doing across 15 counties in Liberia over the years. And we have been able to shift education beginning from the TTIs, where the syllables that have been developed to train teachers into field cohorts have information relating to the issue of substance abuse and drugs resistance, because a lot of young people in Liberia have come in contact with drugs. How can we do that? And we are grateful that USAID has seen some of these initiatives. We have been heavily supported by them to see how best that our systemic change is taken out into our education system. Besides that, how can the parents get involved? Policy is important, and we have worked, like my colleague said, in terms of girls' education in Liberia. How can we provide information relating to sexual reproductive health and rights, comprehensive sexuality education? So we supported the government in that we have developed a strategy for the implementation of the national policy on girls' education. What is it about the education power? That is the education sector plan. Okay. We have worked with the government developing those plans. Those plans articulate the visions of the Ministry of Education for the next 5 years into priorities area, priority 1, 2, and 3. And I will talk to about priority 1 because ECE, access to quality education, is important that we provide access to quality education, because there are lots of opportunity out there that Liberia is missing out on if we can just be intentional about how we fund education. So right now, the latest that we are working on is a National Youth Service Commission bill that we're putting forth to the legislature so that they can read those documentation. There's a need that we try to put all of the implementation, like Jara said, she said, everybody's saying we are focusing on youth development. How can we have a National Youth Service Commission that will regulate youth activities in the country?
Yeah, with that said, you deserve to win.
Overlay, I would say overlay because we have started this with our passion, and the records are something that is seen with the impact that is being made. Policy documentation, over 7 different policies that lies at the Ministry of Education. Youth movement have a smell on those policies. In terms of teacher training, we have a smell on the TTIs. We have been providing comprehensive training for the TTIs, including private university, as it relates to the teacher colleges. And besides that, a lot of young people today into the teaching profession that are making.
Okay. Thank you. Again, same question, James. Why you think can you measure the impact you've made in society with your chances of winning, and will you be a deserving winner if you come as first winner?
Well, firstly, me as a person is an example of resilience and determination, especially growing up as a child to be an orphan before 18 years and to survive and make change in the same community that I come from. It's a testament to being resilient and determined as to what you want to achieve, and you can make it once you are focused to doing it. And this is why, with the impact we've made, there are several people who can be evidences to what we do. For instance, the lady who currently serves as the deputy national moderator for the LMDR, Bolu Bien, was recruited from Lofa County, precisely Zozo, from high school, mentor, and also plays on radio. Today, she has made national representation, not only working at FIJA, the Females Journalists Association, but she's a national deputy moderator for LMDR. The current special assistant to District 1 representative in Bon County, James Yekes Infokwa, was also recruited from Zozo, trained by Alternative Youth Radio. He went to even Brush FM to be editor-in-chief. Today, he is a special assistant in the office of District 1 representative. There's a young man who was on the level of Zozo on the gold mine, finding food for him and his family, his mother, his single mother. Today, he's a program director at Alternative Youth Radio and a deputy station manager, recruited from Zozo, trained, mentored by us, and he's making national representations. There are a couple of them. So what we're saying is that this is a child who was born right in Luyama, Lofa County, grew up and went to school there with limited opportunities, but now we're creating opportunities for a lot of young people. So those people we have provided with the little resources that we have, with no specific donor funding directly to us, but we are able to make those impact. Now we left from a shipping continuum. We are in a media complex that we're training more young people. Now our workload at the station now, we have around 31 people who are providing services to the community. So if we are able to make these impacts with limited resources and opportunities, then it tells you that when our school is built and completed fully, which is going to train around 15,000 rural residents, that is going to speak volume to the fact that indeed a selfless person is indeed a hero. And we have had the opportunity to travel out of this country. We have had a lot of options. Some people will say stay out. Some people will say, "Oh, you're going to America, the home of the brave," or so on. They are golden opportunities to stay there and do. And I've said to them, if you were to send me even to London 2 million times, I will come back to Zozo 2 million times, because I feel that the problems that are fundamental, we need to address them, and we as Liberians are the one to address those problems. So I feel that stepping up to this stage is clearly a testimony that a lot of young people out there are doing great things. Irrespective of the fact that they are not in an urban area, irrespective of the fact that they are in rural community, we need to shine lights on them. They need to come to the limelight, and that's what we are doing as ambassadors. And besides, it tells you that irrespective of the multiple of community radio stations in this country or media institutions, the community radio stations are doing great things, and we need to shine lights on them and look at their impact. Because I come from a community radio background, and we are making now representation at the national level and getting into these kind of competitions. It tells you that there are great people out there, and we need to look in the rural community. So I look forward for this opportunity, and it's going to be great.
Okay, great. Same thing. Why you think you deserve to be a winner, and measure that with the impact you've made?
Thank you. So I feel that is a question that should be posed to my farmers. I feel that the farmers should be the winners. And this is the reason why. So back in 2017, we had few women, I believe 3 to 5, that came to our facility, and they were selling Gary by cups. We recruited those women, we signed an MOU, and now we have 17 of these women that we call the Medal Women. These folks go in the trenches in the remotest part of Nimba, Lofa, and Bon, and source Gary and come and sell it to us. So we empower these women, and now they are doing really well in terms of their business that they're running. Now, that's one. Second one, so the farmers themselves, the 17 women do not support 100% of our ingredient needs. So we ourselves also hired an agronomist that also work with over 500 farmers in these three counties, Bonk, Nema, and Lofa. And now we actually extended that to Grand Jita too as well. And what we do with these farmers is we identify the farmer, we link you up with our supply chain, and we train you, and we provide you cassava cuttings, and then we ask you to just produce a cassava and turn it into gari, and now we purchase that from you as well. So we have given these people business to do. Prior to our intervention, most of these folks sell once a week. So if they were next to a town where the market day was on a Thursday or on a Tuesday, they only sell those days. But now with Kawada Farms, we are able to buy from these people. So they're able to sell their produce to us every single day once they have it. We have also recruited teachers. So because we also do school feeding and we teach farmers, we recruited teachers from the classrooms. And the reason we did that was to speak to the farmers at their level. We needed someone that was well-versed and well-trained. So we recruited teachers that are part of our staff. And what they do is they work with our agronomists to be able to communicate the information that we provide to them so that they are able to process the information better and then also be able to impact them better too as well. Now, on the school level, I mentioned that I can say, that about 3 to 5 years ago, back then, most of the school feeding meals in Liberia were all imported. Everything either came from Europe or came from the US. Because of the work that Kawada Farm does, now most of the school feeding entities around Liberia are now going homegrown school feeding. They're doing that because they're seeing the capacity that we're having, and also the impact that we created in the farming sector, because the farmers have more supply, and then we can also have that ingredients to be able to supply the schools. Now imagine if the 4 largest school feeding partners in Liberia are all going homegrown school feeding. That means we're actually creating farmers. That means the impact that we are having. Imagine the number of tonnage of food that WFP imports, that Mary Meals imports, that Save the Children imports, that Mercy Corp imports. Now we are providing some of that information, that food locally, because we have empowered these farmers to produce local food that we can produce into a nutritious porridge called Power Gari and sell to students across Liberia.
Yeah. Again, just observe the time. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much. And over the years, we have seen the lot of need for us to be able to provide opportunities for young women and girls in Liberia and in rural parts of Liberia. Looking at the story of these young women I've worked with, seeing or just 15, 16-year-old young girl going to school, going to university, seeing her life, and still seeing the need to contribute towards a change in her community. This alone is a significant change for this price. Looking at the young women and girls we have worked with over the years, see now Santos Solomon. Santos is currently an interim at Play International Liberia. Santos has benefited from our work at Girls Get Equal Liberia. With the mentorship, Santos can now write concept note. For us, we're not just mentoring these young women from the surface or with literature, but we're teaching them how to write, to get basic office skill. Santos can write concept notes. Santos can now be able to proposal and to work for herself. Seeing the light of Emily George Williams. Emily is currently as partner in health serving as a receptionist. She just got employed as a result of our mentorship. Seeing Hannah Gonogati. Hannah is currently an intern at the Female Genital Association based on the work we have provided for her. Seeing the life of Trinisha. Trinisha is currently serving as one of the panelists within WACAD, within Play International, and many other young women we can point out to that our work has been able to transform them from down so that they can be able to be a better person within the society. Seeing the rural women who are now understanding the 2018 Land Rights Act and having access to the land and participating. Before, women will not participate in alternative dispute process. You will not even see them making change. When you have community bringing representative, you have them bringing social no. But now we are seeing, we just left from where guys on town in Bon County, we are seeing them bringing female at the dispute conversation. We are seeing them bringing young people as a result of the work we have done at Forum C Liberia. Seeing women now in their community trying to be just her I reside in district number 4, and over the years I've served as the only youth chair in district number 4 based on the work we have done. But then I got to know that it's a girl in mostly black community who saw and say, if Faith can be this, I can be this. There are a lot of women that have benefited from the work we have done over the years. And I think our advocacy has speaks to a lot of implementation, a lot of policy in Liberia. It has been a routine from the 17, 15 years to now being 25 years, dedicating your life. And for me, this is why I think that I can be able to make a change in Liberia. I don't want to go outside Liberia. I believe that with the consistency of the way we are empowering and shifting the minds of these young women in the communities, the result of what we see at the national level is based on the level of information you provide at the community level. Because if you're able to empower these women, if you're able to tell them that be a better leader, if you're able to tell them, women, you are part of the national development, if you're able to tell them that you indeed need access, equal opportunity as a woman, you are not less important. You can go into society, you can become a journalist, you can become a lawyer, you can become a doctor, not just by words but by action and consistency. Like my niece said, courageous. I continue to stand and be able to mentor a generation where I can be balanced and see in Liberia that at the community level, if we have 32 communities like district number 4, we can have that 32 being divided with females and male competing for youth position. If we have community leaders in our community, we can see male and female being community leaders before coming up to the national level. We can have a competitive system where we say we have equal balance of representation. And this is what I stand for. And with that, I believe that with the little work, I can be able at least to even register Girls Get Equal. We're not registered, but with the impact we have made over the years, we can be able to register our little girls movement that we are doing and be able to make a better impact and expand to other girls in Mangibby and other parts of Liberia. And we can do it to all of us.
Thank you.
All right. So I deserve this Momo Hero of Change this year because the work we have done at UNOD is visible, is impactful, is tangible on the lives of young people. Many of the young people who are doing amazing work have institutions. I would tell you, bulk of them was mentored by UNOD. They passed through UNOD, out of volunteer work for UNOD. And more to that, our work, we have been able to focus on impact, touching the life of people who do not have it. So currently, 20 years, if 16 years, in the first place, UNOD is among the contestants here. UNOD is the oldest organization, and that show about the resilience of which the platform speak about. That means I have stood and have been able to exhibit the spirit of resilience over the years to make this impact. Currently, UNOD has its own office space, has its own parcel of land that is making impact. It is in our own country. We can't stay in our own country and rent. Besides that, we have been able to give young people the opportunity to excel in life. Excel in life in the sense of giving girls who did not have the opportunities to ever think in their life that they will even attend college, or let's to mention about the United States. We have been able to give them the opportunity, and they have gone to the US study. And today they are the first, some of them are the first person to have that opportunity to even attend college. And now they are serving as breadwinner for their family. Some of them in Liberia now, they have been able to purchase land where their parents, their mother didn't have it. They have purchased land and now serve as breadwinner for them. Also, because of our platform, we have been able to give life to young people. Last year, we were able to train 150 unemployed college graduates. We adapted the future-proof skill curriculum developed by UC, and we're able to train 150 young people, unemployed college students in Moserado. We graduated 118 from April of this year. From April of this year up to now, we have had 30 of these young people who have full-time jobs. Currently, we are training 300 unemployed college graduates across three locations around Moserado, at the Tottenham High, at the MVTC, and also at RCA David. And these are young people who did not have jobs. But our program, the Future Proof skill, provide them the skill that they need, that they did not acquire in college, that will make them to navigate and find job for themselves. So our work is visible. Currently, we have been able to provide job for young people through the program. We have 25 young people who have job, who earn at least $200. The least person earn $200 to take home. So you mean that in Liberia, if you are earning $200, you know the extended family. So now they are serving as breadwinner in their home. My staff, I have about 12 to 15 staff, permanent staff that work for UNO. And the least person earn $500 per month.
Okay.
So that shows that we have created a platform that have elevated and provided opportunity for young people to excel in life. That means we also deserve the recognition, and we appreciate Lone Star for this platform. So with this platform that they are giving us, and that's what I deserve to be the winner for this competition. And last year I also emerged as the fifth finalist last year also. So that showed that with this cover of participant, that means that I already have the track record. Last year that I came to this level, and this year I'm here again. That means that I have the recognition that I have been endorsed and approved by the Liberian people across the 15 counties of Liberia.
Okay, great. We're wrapping up now. Again, last question. That will include your final comments. What will you do with the proceed as winner? Again, just go around. Then you give your parting comments. Then we'll wrap up.
So let me just say that I'm happy that Lone Star have put forth this golden opportunity for people who are real change maker in various sectors to be known by Liberians. And I must say to you that from educational background, I'm not going to change whatever proceed that I'm going to receive as a result of my successful participation in this competition. We're going to put that firstly into education, because I do believe that the narrative of Liberia education system should change. And the way to go about it is start from the bottom, is to invest into accelerated learning program where we can transition our young kids to an appropriate grade level. You go into government schools, you see a lot of kids that are there, they are 5 years not older than the grade. So you see beginning from the ECE, you see someone who's 9 years old, go to first grade, seeing somebody who is 15 years old. We believe that we should have a grade appropriate enrollment, because according to the policy of Liberian education, at least a child at age 6 must be in grade 1. And so that's what we're going to focus on. So we're going to develop the curriculum. We're going to develop scripted lessons, that is into modules, to teach kids in the condensed accelerated learning program from 6 years to 3 years. In my imparting comment, I'm also going to ask the government to do a match funding for that amount. And so if I receive $100, I'll ask the government philanthropy, can we match this amount to increase the support for education? I want to say thanks to my colleagues who are also participating along. We all are making a change, and I see it, and I will propose to them immediately that we should not just limit our interaction and content to a Momo Hero Change competition, but we can use this platform to launch the first ever project by our Momo Hero finalists at the 5 persons that are here today.
Thank you very much. Yep.
Well, thank you. And to my people in Lofa who are listening by the way of radio, especially the alternative youth radio that is carrying this program, let me say in Loma Umama, Huti Zazen, Adeso, Adelida. And to our young people, I'm here today to tell you thank you to the older people, because the way I see the level of support, and if this opportunity is provided us, the funding is 100% going to be invested into the ongoing construction, because we know at the end of the day, when that school is completed, about 15,000 people will be trained from the rural community. Our focus is on the rural community, in basic skills, hands-on training in media, and also vocational education that will prepare the rural community for the job market, and also create level of employment for them in continuation to what we are already doing. So as we close up, we want to say thanks to Lone Star MTN. And the key thing is Lone Star is not making all leaders. It is rather elevating our leadership to the national stage. So we want to say thank you for elevating such and shining lights on us. So before I leave, I want to say to those who are there and voting, we were in the competition last year. We made it up to the top 10. We didn't finish to the top 5. We respected the decision, and we are yet again asking for your support. This time, let me call my code to you so that you use that opportunity to vote. Star 415 star 009 star 2 star 1 hash, and you will see a confirmation for as a text message saying congratulations, you voted for James Pape Kwabo Jr. And with the support, I'm very convinced that we are the next Momo Hero, the first place. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Again, this is Kokwa Deno from Kawara Farms, and I will first like to say thank you to Lone Star Cell MTM and the Momo Hero team. Sometimes we are so focused on what we do, and we actually don't focus on promoting ourselves. And going through the process actually gave me that reflection that we need to sometimes take time and appreciate ourselves through processes like this, marketing, and telling people the impact that we create. If we are opportune to win the first place, what we will invest the money into is the Cassava Farmers Partner Network. And it's a program that we set up with farmers to increase and support farmers' capacity to grow more cassava tubers so that we focus on processing. Because currently we are actually shifting from buying gari and focusing on buying tubers. That way we'll have consistency. But again, we need to support these farmers in this area. So the funding will be used to have an agronomist, hire an additional agronomist to work with these farmers, to also provide improved cuttings, such as the vitamin A cassava cuttings, also called the yellow roots, to these farmers, because it has better yield and also is also disease resistant as well. So we're going to have this opportunity to encourage farmers to increase their farm size, so that we will also have the opportunity to purchase these tubers from these farmers and process it into gari and then fortify. I think this is where we will really focus on doing the change, because the impact that will create with the farmers, you can see it all over the place. We were able to win or be part of a USDA grant through the support from the farmers. So obviously the farmers are go-to people. Like with James, I'm also going to give you my code. This is my first time appearing on Momo Hero of Change. I'm really excited to be in the first round, or the first time, and be in the top 5. And I think that everyone here is a winner. And this is my code. I call myself the 007. So if you watch an action show, 007 is actually James Bond. So it's star 415 star 007 star 2 star hash, and it will tell you that you have successfully voted for Kokwa Deno. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Lone Star Cell MTM for providing this opportunity for their continued support towards Liberia, not just the national development plans, but also support towards young people as they are trying to make smaller impact within their different communities in Liberia. I want to say thank you to everyone who have seen a faith, who have supported this process, to all of you who has been voting, who has been reaching out to see that we make it to this final stage. It wasn't an easy one being right now the finalists, and not just the finalists. I know somebody will say when Lone Star came out with the list, we just see one here, there one female with 4 men. I say it shows that we are actually being a part of the process, and we want to make a change, and we're not stopping there. I also, as a part of what we're going to expand on at Girls Get Equal, is to enhance. Like I said, we're not registered, so we can be able to at least enhance our registration process, see how we have some of the formal structure system in place to see how we get going with our work that we do, and also expand our mentorship, empowerment, skills program to other parts of Liberia, Mount Gibby, Bon County, for instance, and then strengthen this program, launch this mentorship program where we can have more of these women, not just attending the program, but having better results so that they can be able to be able to mentor the other young generation that is coming after. So Faith will always be here, but then we are mentoring you to be able to mentor other young women who are coming after you, and not just to get the skill and sit with it. So we want to go more into that, and also work with some of the women in the rural part of Liberia to be able to give them at least a loan, small loan, so that the women, they can be able to start a little backyard gardening on this different land, something that is, small, not that much, but small, to be able to start something so that they can see that the land they have, it's not just a wasted land, but then they can be able to utilize the land as they are all participating. Faith is here. I want to say, vote for me. Vote for Faith, and my code is *415*011 *2 *#. You do it like that, you vote straight for Faith.
Okay.
And thank you very much for everything. Thanks to everyone. I appreciate all the support to everybody. And together we are going to do it, and we're going to make impact. We'll not give up. We'll continue to make impact in our communities, even if we don't win, which I know we're going to win, but we'll continue to make impact, and we're going to see that we'll be able to get a lot of young women and girls involved in what we're doing. And Liberia is going to get there gradually. We're going to have a better Liberia, and the better Liberia we're anticipating is with Faith and other young people who are here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the cash prize from this process, we're going to invest it. Like I've earlier told you, we are creating a youth entrepreneurship space in Painesville because we have at least 50 young people who visit our office daily to seek different opportunities. So we're going to, currently we're completing it. So we're going to use portion of the money to complete our space so that we can accommodate more young people and provide opportunity to young people. We also currently work in 7 counties of Liberia. We're going to expand to 10 counties. We're going to add additional 3 counties so that we can expand our study abroad program to give more young people in the rural areas the opportunity to access quality education outside of Liberia. We're also going to make sure that we expand the mentorship program for our girls. Mentorship and study abroad program. Currently, we have launched the application for the 2025 class. So we want to reach out to more outlying counties so that we can identify more girls who do not have the opportunities to study, not even in Monrovia but abroad, so that we can give them the opportunities. So basically, those are the strategic intervention we're going to use. We're going to invest this funding in as the winner of the Momo Hero of Change. So to continue voting for us until Friday, May 9th. This is my code. My code is *415 *001 *2#, and you send, and you will be voting for Jairus Andrew Greaves. I am the number 1. Even on the flyer you will see. Thank you so much for the time, and I want to appreciate Lone Star for this platform to shine light on us, and we really appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who have been voting us and provided us an endorsement of the work we have done over the years. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. They are Lone Star Cell MTN Momo Heroes of Change. They've been here talking about their participation and how excited they are, the impact that they're making in society. My name is Vafli Kamara, and you've been listening to the Super Morning Show. Bye-bye.